So it was about 1 week ago that I submitted a YouTube video where I advocated for wearing masks and getting vaccinated. I explicitly advocated for those two things. I even quoted a study that was conducted, as reported by the New York Times, in North Carolina, where school districts in North Carolina, they looked at the efficacy of masks versus, schools that didn't have mask mandates. And the data clearly showed a correlation between wearing masks, mask mandates, and lower rates of infection. I quoted all this in my YouTube video. YouTube's algorithm blocked my video. My video was seen by a couple of people. I'm not sure exactly how many, because at first it looked like 6. It was reporting 6, because you can see the number of people that view the videos in your dashboard or your workspace. And then later on it said 3. So I don't know. But nevertheless, the video was taken down. And the reason that was given was medical misinformation in accordance with their COVID-19 guidelines. So again, let me say, I support masking. I even support mask mandates, not just masking. I think it should be mandated that if you're in a public space, indoors, there should be a mask mandate. I support vaccinations. And I even support vaccination mandates. I've seen a lot of articles and op-eds from medical professionals, doctors and nurses, that are expressing frustration, that say, we're frustrated because the best option that we have to combat COVID-19 is for people to get vaccinated. And too many people are not doing it. They're not doing it, and then they expect us to take care of them and devote precious medical resources to treating them when they didn't trust the medicine to begin with, right? They didn't trust the best medical instrument that we have to combat COVID-19. And now we have to dedicate all these resources to these people that were behaving irresponsibly. And a lot of these doctors and nurses are saying, we're not going to treat these people. There's a guy who has a practice, I forget which city it is, but he put a notice up to his patients. He said, if you have not been vaccinated, do not come to me. Go find another medical provider. Okay, so this is serious, right? And these medical professionals are taking a stand, and I support them. So what is it exactly? Where's the medical misinformation on my part? What am I saying that contradicts the medical profession and the science? Again, I support masks. I support vaccinations. It makes no sense. So anyways, so the algorithm took down the video, And YouTube gives you an opportunity to appeal. So I did. And in my appeal, I wrote, hey, listen to what I'm saying. I clearly and explicitly advocate for masking and vaccinations. My appeal was denied. Again, because of medical misinformation. And at this point, I'm in fucking disbelief. I don't see how a sentient creature could possibly watch my video and think, yeah, he's clearly against masking and vaccinations. It's the exact opposite. Again, I mean, I'd like to think that I'm a fairly articulate guy, and I'm very explicit, right? I argue against people like Marjorie Taylor Greene. I argue against people like Governor Abbott in Texas or Governor Ron DeSantis in Florida. I argue against them explicitly. I explicitly advocate for masking and vaccinations. Where is the medical misinformation? And again, nothing that YouTube sent me they don't cite anything that was in my video. It's just this boilerplate policy of, yeah, we're going to take down medical misinformation that contradicts the science behind COVID-19 treatment or prevention, which includes masking and vaccinations, right? That's part of the medical science to combat COVID. And I advocate for it. So what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, so I appeal another time. I appeal again. And once again, my appeal is rejected. Guys, I'm at a fucking loss here. What the fuck is going on? Are these appeals are they even seen by a human being? I refuse to believe. I absolutely refuse to believe that a human being saw my video and said, oh yeah, this guy clearly does not support masking or vaccinations. It's not possible. It is not fucking possible for a human being to watch my video and have that conclusion. It's not possible. So the only conclusion I have that makes sense is these appeals are not being seen by human beings. It has to be automated. They're just running this shit through the algorithm again. And by all means, YouTube, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Point out, quote me from the video. I want to see a quote from that video where I endorse medical misinformation. I would love to be proven wrong. Show it to me. It doesn't exist. I'm absolutely dumbfounded. It's craziness. And you know what? In that same video, I argue in favor of YouTube having the moral obligation to take down videos from people like Marjorie Taylor Greene or Ron Paul. You know, people that really are peddling medical misinformation. I argue for YouTube's right and moral obligation to do that. And then they pull my video. And it's a lie. There's no way to sugarcoat it. It is a lie to say that I'm advocating for medical misinformation or that I'm articulating medical misinformation. That's a lie. And if you're saying that, it's because you haven't watched the video. You didn't listen to what I said. So, again, I don't know what the fuck is going on with YouTube's appeal system. I understand that the initial takedown is because the algorithm is flawed, right? It's looking for certain keywords. And, that's something they need to work on, obviously. But at least it's understandable. Like, it's not a conscious human being that does that initial takedown. It's an algorithm. But supposedly the appeals are supposed to be seen by actual human beings. And I don't understand how that's even possible. How a human being could fuck up so bad that they're going to assert, it's a falsehood. It is a fucking lie to say that I'm in any way, shape, or form against masking or vaccinations. That is a lie. There's no nice way to put it. It's a fucking lie. So, I don't know, man. If someone out there understands how YouTube makes its decisions, how they run their appeal system, I would love to be enlightened because it makes no sense to me.